Olivier.
Thank you very much, Linda. Um, and thank you for sharing a wonderful insight into the heart chakra. This is something I definitely want to know more about. And thank you so much for everyone joining us today and allowing me to share my knowledge and experience with nutrition and mental health. Today's topic is a very important subject, especially following years of global anxiety and the absence of initiatives to honestly educate people about bad diets and lifestyle habits. Since the Industrial Revolution, we have witnessed frightening increases in chronic diseases and mental health disorders that are affecting a large portion of the population, regardless of their age and sex, which are also characterized by a much poorer quality of life and shorter lifespan. So today I would like to talk about mental health and the gut-brain axis and the implication of diet and the gut microbiota. The gut-brain axis is a two-way communication network that connects the gut and the brain. It has become increasingly clear that changes to the gut microbiome composition and function can significantly impact our health. In particular, this biases has been linked to various diseases, including inflammatory bowel disease, obesity, diabetes, and even colon cancer. This is because dysbiosis is leading to immune dysregulation and altered metabolism. Recent studies have discovered that it also leads to various mental health disorders, including anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, autism spectrum disorder, obsessive compulsive disorders, ADD, ADHD, dementia, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and the list goes on and on and on. What we also now know is that the bidirectional communication network that links the gut microbiota, the gut and the brain, is provided by the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is therefore the most important player when looking to regulate emotion, mood, cognitive dysfunction, and behavioral pattern. So before we start talking about soothing the vagus nerve, it's important to go back to basic. One point to keep in mind is that our thoughts and our emotions are intrinsically linked to our behavior. So talking of behavior, let me ask you a question. What is it that you do every day, several times a day even? Yes, that's it. I'm talking about eating. And yes, your gut bacteria can impact your eating behavior. And yes, stress can impact your eating behavior. Additionally, our diet is the most important factor when it comes to balancing and increasing the diversity of the gut microbiota. A tsunami of studies have demonstrated the impact of ultra-processed diets on the gut. What those studies have found is that those manufactured food products, aside from containing a myriad of toxic substances, are missing a key component of health. They typically lack dietary fiber. Due to the extreme processes food is put through, fiber and many life-supporting nutrients are lost along the way. Those nutrients are often replaced by low-cost, low-efficacy synthetic nutrients. Because ultra-processed food products don't provide the main source and energy our gut bacteria expect, we are also destroying the fragile ecosystem a little bit more each day. Indeed, we do not eat for one or two if you are pregnant, but we eat for trillions. The point is that if we do not eat the food that is good for our health and our gut health, dysfunction is bound to occur. It can also make us that much more susceptible to stress. Plus, many of those ingredients are known to increase intestinal permeability and allow for many toxins and problematic molecules to enter the bloodstream and wreak havoc in the body. More to this, many ingredients feed pathogenic bacteria, which contribute further to inflammation by releasing even more toxic substances. A severe reduction in short-chain fatty acid production and the increased release of pro-inflammatory markers, histamine, alcohol, and endotoxins further drive inflammatory pathways, which can now affect liver function and brain function, as many of these substances can cross a blood-brain barrier and provoke a deeper sensation of malaise. This also contributes to the dramatic reduction of feel-good neurotransmitters like tryptophan and serotonin. Considering that our gut secretes up to 95% of the serotonin produced by the body, the long-term effect of a bad diet can have dire consequences indeed. So what happens when a gut becomes dysbiotic? Well, dysbiosis occurs when the diversity of the gut microbiota is reduced and made of mostly disease-causing agents. The pH of the gut is also dramatically increased in the process. The pH is maintained by the so-called good bacteria as they secrete lactic acid. Pathogenic bacteria are oxygen-breathing and thus cannot live in an acidic environment. Not only will you then start to experience symptoms like bloating, flatulence, and possibly pain, but other symptoms might start to appear. You might start to experience brain fog, memory issues, and potentially sleep problems. First, the obvious reason is malnutrition. Those bacteria are also not producing the essential nutrient the good bacteria typically provide, like B vitamin, vitamin K, and short-chain fatty acids. When we are stressed and malnourished, the body may become deficient in many nutrients that are essential for its good functioning. Think magnesium, for example, which is needed for many processes occurring billions of times every second of every day. Plus, it is essential for the relaxation of muscle fibers and for the brain. Now, the second reason you may experience cognitive issues is down to those good bacteria themselves. Also referred to as psychobiotics, they confer a multitude of benefits on the central nervous system. When the number of good bacteria dramatically reduces, the brain may thus miss out and work suboptimally, which is also made worse by inflammation and stress. We are also living in an increasingly polluted world. We are constantly exposed to toxic chemicals which are present at alarming level in the air we breathe and in our food and in our glass of water. Everything that is supposed to keep us alive is now a source of problems for our body. If we look at the timeline since the Industrial Revolution to what is predicted in the next decade or so, we can easily see the increasing number of non-communicable diseases in the Western world, including autism spectrum disorder, dementia, and obesity, which appear to correlate directly with the increasing occurrence of ultra-processed diet. And the future is not so bright. Half the population will either be overweight or obese by 2030, and about 152 million people will live with dementia. The prevalence of autism in the US has risen steadily since researchers first began tracking it in 2000, with an increase of over 340% in just 2 decades. Studies are showing that the main contributing factor to mental health disorders and neurodegeneration include high body mass index and high fasting blood glucose. It is thus undeniable that our diet and lifestyle are implicated in the problem. Over 2/3 of our calorie intake is exclusively from ultra-processed foodstuff. This cannot be innocent and unfortunately cannot support our health in the long term. Another point of concern is that the average American consumes nearly 60 kilos of sugar every year. But considering many Americans are now avoiding sugar, we can easily anticipate that some people eat twice as much, if not more. If it wasn't enough, the most used herbicides in the world, like glyphosate and dicamba, can persist in the environment for months and pollute nearby fields and poison our water system. And their intensive and large-scale use constitute a major environmental and health problem. For a start, they contribute to the destruction of the soil microbiota and the interconnected system of nature. Just under a year ago, researchers again confirmed that even in a dose lower than the limit set by regulatory agency, they seem to exert a significant toxic effect on neurotransmission and induce oxidative stress, neuroinflammation, and mitochondrial dysfunction. These processes can lead to neuronal death, as well as the appearance of behavioral and motor disorders. So it is clear that the problem is not one factor in isolation that is a cause of concern, but the cumulative and long-term effect of all that we are exposed to throughout a lifetime. In my experience, I have seen that excessive exposure to toxin is a real problem. However, the main contributor to ill health is typically stress. People struggling with stress may be more prone to developing neurodegenerative diseases. In fact, a growing body of evidence links depressive disorders with Alzheimer's disease later in life. Stress is such a problem because it suppresses digestive capabilities, and poor digestions fuel inflammatory responses and immune activity, deeply disturbing the gut microbiota. First, dysfunction include thyroid dysfunction and thyroid hormone imbalances, which can affect more deeper the quality of life. So when we think about the digestion being suppressed, then it is important to move to a total state of relaxation before a meal. So how can I possibly be in a state of relaxation if I have no time to eat, or if I eat at my desk, you may ask? Well, first, you should never eat at your desk or while working. You must disconnect from all devices. Switch off your screens and your notification. And ask not to be disturbed if you do not have any choice but to eat at your desk. Then you pause. Use this moment to breathe. Just concentrate on breathing for a minute, nothing else. Do not concentrate on the background noise, just on how you feel. Breathwork is an ideal tool to use before a meal because it can be done discreetly and requires no equipment. So let's do it together now. So first, take a deep breath. Exhale. Now take another deep breath for 3 to 5 seconds and hold it for 5 seconds. So exhale. Again, count to 5 before taking another breath. Do this a few more times. So now what you have just done is focus on your breath and nothing else. Breathing this way also impacts your heart rate and signal the brains that you are in control and that there is nothing to worry or stress about. Then when you are ready, you can start to eat, making sure to chew each mouthful thoroughly and mindfully. Short meditation sessions are also great to break your state and take all of your focus. And the great exercise to use whenever stressed or anxious or before a meal is the butterfly hug. Ensure you are in a comfortable position. Lock your thumb together like so. Twist your thumb so the palm of your hand can rest flat on your chest like butterfly wings, with the tip of your fingers resting under your collarbone. Take a deep breath. You may close your eyes if you wish. Then start to tap each hand in turn on your chest as if you were flipping the wings of a butterfly. Be gentle. This can be repeated for 3 to 5 minutes as often as needed. This exercise is more powerful when used on a specific feeling as it starts to escalate, so you may want to make it an automatism. The benefit of this exercise is due to vibration. Vibrations activate the vagus nerve. Any other type of vibration like humming and chanting are also very useful, especially when used daily. So I hope you will find this exercise useful and will integrate them into your mental health toolkit. So thank you for attending today's session and for supporting mental health awareness. A portion of the proceeds from our event will support a reputable national recognized mental health organization, so please use the link in the chat box to support.